Welcome back to Riverbend Springs on Farming Simulator 25. It's episode 36 with me, MrSealyp. Straight off the back of the last episode, I've cleared the straw. That's gone between the biogas plant and into our silo. Most of it went into the biogas plant, to be fair. So I thought what I'll do, I'm going to get some fertiliser on it, get first coat done. First coat, sounds like I'm painting it, doesn't it? And then I'm going to plough it, and then I'm going to do probably a second fertilising state, or I might roll it actually, because ploughing it's going to bring stones up. I haven't quite decided that bit yet, but I'll show you that bit and then we'll move on from there. I have a plan in my head. You know what happens with plans and me? You know what, as I'm ploughing up the side of the field here, I'm now thinking to myself, shall I expand it? I mean, not by a lot. I haven't got a lot of lead. I mean, I could go over the track. I could go out a little way to the sides and a little way top and bottom. Even if I add an extra foot, 2 feet. Yeah, you know what? I think I might. It's not going to make the field massive, but it will expand. We'll get a bit more land out of it. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking, why not? It's only a little bit in it, really. But over an entire field, especially if it's a big field, that little bit can equate to quite a large amount of land. I mean, if I went a bit further out, and again, it depends on the field, depends on the space you've got around it, that kind of thing. But oh, why not? Don't judge me. I can feel you judging me, Steve. Stop. So, as you've already seen, our field that we did our wheat harvest in has been cleared of straw. I have ploughed it, I fertilised it, ploughed it. I then rolled it, so all the stones are back into the ground, and fertilised it a second time. So we're good to go on our plans. I have a cultivating contract, and I have a stone picking contract, and a wood transport contract to do. But I think it's time to swap this out. Now, this is 4 metres. This was 4 metres, wasn't it? And we've put a bit of work on it. It's looking a bit tatty. It could do, I mean, I could repaint it and it could all be back to perfect. But I think what we'll do, it's not worth very much, is it? What's that, 1,600 something? I mean, we can repair it. Of course we can. Brings the price up a bit. We could repaint it, but we're not going to. We'll sell that. Like I say, it's not worth very much at all. 32 months of work. We did a fair few cultivating jobs. I found one that's a front cultivator. I was looking at disc harrows and all sorts of stuff, trying to find what would work. I say best. It's a Gorenk one, I think, if I recall. I can't remember who it's by. It'll be in the description. It'll be in there. It's a 6 metre for 20 grand, I think. Front mounted. Should be exactly what... Oh, hello. We do have a lorry, so we could get that, and then... Well, we won't make a huge amount of money on it. 57% off. Or we might make a couple of grand, maybe, on that. I don't know. But anyway, we want to go to here, and then... I'm sure it was cultivators. There we go. The Gorenk Grinder 600. 20 grand. 6 metres. 140 horsepower. So fairly low horsepower requirement. Not too expensive. It'll do the job. So as far as... We'll leave it as it is, stock standard. No point messing around with it. Well, remember, buy it, don't lease it. We are getting a new piece of equipment. I was really hoping that the... did I say it the other day? I wonder if we can get away with... I don't think it's designed to be put on the back. It is a front-mounted. I don't mind doing it front-mounted. Makes no difference. I could probably do with getting a real weight. Yeah, I was really hoping that the wood chipper would pop up and we could buy a cheap wood chipper, because 110 grand's a lot of money. We've just gone past the hour. We were on 160. That cost 20. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to keep an eye on our biogas plant. We've changed the name of it. It's Walt's Biogassery now, because it's water. It's on his farm. I've got to also remember, where am I going with these? We have got cultivating on field... Oh, yeah, that's right, 23, isn't it? Wood transport, yep, no, okay. And then, have we got anything else new popped up there? Fertilising job for 1503, not mega money, but we've got the fertiliser. It doesn't hurt to whiz out and every now and again and pick out a couple of those every now and again. So, yeah, what we're going to be doing, hopefully the rest of the day... I'm going to be putting poplar into that field that had the wheat in it. I was going to do that middle field, like I say, was it Gary that messaged? Like so many people messaged me all doing comments, and I mentioned it at the time to say that I said about doing poplars in that middle field, and that Daggerwin was already doing that field with chainsaw 100, I think. So. I kind of steered clear. I thought, I won't bother doing poplar and stuff. But now we've got those sawmills, and that wood chip would be quite handy to have some wood chip. It's probably not a bad idea. Whether we'll get around to actually harvesting at any point or not, I don't know. I've gone a lot further into this series than I thought I was going to, in all honesty. But I'm happy with it. I'm enjoying playing. People have been asking me, are you going to swap to any of the new maps? And we've had the conversation about Calmsden. I was asked about Riverview the other day. I don't know. Again, it's that thing. Calmsden really, that's right up my street. But I said I'd already done a series on it. And if I did a series, what I was going to try and do was something different to what I've done before. That's always hard to do. The more Let's Plays you do, the more storylines, the more, you either do it where you just play because you want to play, or I don't think my next one's going to be a narrative. It's not going to be a storyline. It's just going to be playing. Just playing the game, playing for me, buying what I want, doing what I want whenever I want, I think, kind of thing. So I don't know, really. I need a map that really grabs me, that I think, yeah, that's it, that's what I want. This is going to be interesting, because this is like all the other ones I've had this. I'll cultivate it, all the weeds will get cultivated in, and then next time I come back up here, the weeds will all be back again. I don't know why it happens, but it does. The weeds do help, but they're quite a good indicator, actually, of where we've been. But again, I can use the GPS if I need to. But I'll get cracking on this. I think I probably am going to need a rear weight, because we seem to be catching the ground a little bit. That'll be something to look at. We've got enough horsepower on this. I'm just feeling the wheels are moving. from under me. I can feel my front wheels shifting. It's not catching the ground. It's not like those headers and stuff where it catches and the whole thing stops or jerks or moves, but I can really feel some movement on that front end. How weird. And we've bounced some bits there as well. Will it go that way as well? No. Yeah. Just a little bit of a bounce. Maybe I need to slow down a little bit. This JCB needs a clean. But did we put a bit of work on it, haven't we, really? I mean, say we haven't had it that long. What, we on 9.5 hours? It's brand new, isn't it? Yeah, bounced a couple of bits there as well. Okay, after this contract, I think we need to invest in a weight anyway. We haven't really had one, and whenever I've needed one, I've just leased one. So I think maybe we do need to invest in a weight. Right. It should make cultivating jobs a little bit quicker, at least. I've gathered my goods. I've had a couple of people reach out to say the reason that some of the problems are happening with the pallets is to do with the update to the crop prices mod. So I disabled it, came back on, and it didn't make any difference. I was still having the same problem. I checked on my test map, and weird thing is on my test map, some of the pallets I can't pick up. I can on there, and it seems very random. Look, I showed this in the last episode. Look, that one will, that one won't. We've already seen that from our little sawmill here, none of the pallets from the sawmill can be picked up by hand. So I've got my small planks there, but then weirdly I came back on, and look, long planks and wood beams, I now can. I've got the pallet there can be, the IBCs can, but none of my stuff from the hydroponics can. I don't get it. But in other news, gooder news, better, yeah. Yeah. Well, I said I was concerned about our. Let's have a look. And I've just passed on information. This is just what I'm finding. Under Walt's biogassery, and you've got these extra options here down the bottom. So used to sell just electricity, used to sell just methane. Because if you click, and my concern was, it's okay for the methane. If I change output, watch, selling, distributing, storing, nothing else changes. If I do the electricity one and change it, it changes everything else up there to selling. So potentially on the hour, it will sell everything. So, well, that can't be right. So I'd gotten past the hour and nothing had sold. I had, over on the right-hand side, I had 20,000 electric charge and methane. I think I was up to 5,000 or 6,000, whatever it was, I was up to. And I thought, okay, I don't get it. Why is it not selling? Do I have to put those two bottom ones on selling for that to sell, but the electric wouldn't sell unless everything else was on selling. And I couldn't for the life of me work out. Then I had a small brain wave. They don't happen very often, but every now and again they do. We go into our build mode to look at our sell points. The various different sell points. Our the multigrain production mod, that's a pretty good one. That we've got in. And then what else have we got? Because we've got our multi-grain production. And our base game ones, none of them have the ability to sell electricity or sell methane. There's no sell point. If you go into the base game sell points, there's nothing for selling methane or electricity. If you let that bottom thing roll all the way through, it doesn't show it. Mind you, that's weird. That shows methane there. So why did it not sell? Maybe it wasn't that. I know the base game ones certainly don't. So I put in one of the Schultz modding sell points for £1,000. I thought, you know what? I'll put one in. You never know. On the next hour, my electricity and my methane sold. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's, again, like I always say, this is just what I'm experiencing. Oh, as you saw, I talked about earlier, we fertilised, we, what did I do? Ploughed, then I rolled it. So we've got a nice seed bed for whatever we're going to do next. We put all the stones back into the ground, which is nice. Second fertilising state, so we're now saying farmland owned by, and then fertilised 100%, but nothing is in the ground. But it is good to go for the next project. So what I've done, I've taken the liberty of leasing the Damcon PL75 planter, and I've got 4 pallets of poplars. Now those pallets are 2,000 litres each, so I've got 8,000 litres. Now, if poplars are anything to go by, like they have been in the past, and I've been terrible at it, I always used to, I remember, was it Oakfield? Was it Oakfield? Lone Oak Farm. And I did a massive poplar plant and poplar harvest, and I so overestimated how much I needed. I bought so many pallets and I just didn't need it. Another thing as well, did I say this in the last episode or earlier? I thought I'd cleared all of the lodge poles, but I had 2 here. I had 2. I did have 2. One is now on the floor, another one is there. So I've got those I can take down. And like I say, then I can go on the hunt for other stuff. But at the moment I've got plenty of wood chip, and I've got, I say plenty of wood? Yeah, I suppose we've got plenty of wood. We should be okay, at least for a little while longer. I suppose what I could do, as just another test, is fill up that our little wood chip sawmill, one of them. So it's 14,000 litres of wood chips, 14,000 litres of wood. Let it run till it runs out. And see how many pallets we get from a full run through. Why is that not? There we go, now we're sold. Woohoo! We're doing alright. Yes, I'm going to whiz over and I'm going to take this trailer. Now hopefully, I'm hoping the poplars, I bought liftable poplar pallets. If they're working, we're fine. If they're not, we're going to need a forklift or something. I'm going to have to bring over the telehandler. Telehandler needs a bit of squirt, so we've got some juice in it, because we're getting pretty low. I'm going to go, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Damcon on the front just to bring it back, put the poplars on the back, and we're going to get some poplars in that field. Because why not? So what, our landscaping worked out very nicely. It fits in. I suppose I could probably, now it's in, we could put some more bushes and stuff around it. We have still got the grass that we planted, and once we go into the next growth stage, I will be getting out and we're getting some more mowing done on our own farm. I might do some... We've got a fair bit of grass left here. We haven't got a huge amount of hay. Just thinking for total mixed ration making, what I might do, because we've got our field over there, when that's ready to go on grass, that one over the back there, the one I did with MrSealyp, I might do that, ted it and turn that into hay, so then that can all be stored as hay, and then the rest of this I'll do as grass, because the silage is going into our biogas plant. So yeah, that kind of makes sense. I will see you maybe over there when I collect it. Hopefully I can pick these pallets up. We have got another wood transport contract, and it's one of the expensive ones, the ones that pay out nicely. 7,300, so yeah, should be golden there. I haven't done today's buffalo milk actually, so I probably need to move that at some point too. We did feed Did I bring straw over? I don't know if I did. I can't remember. But yeah, this field here, I'll turn that all into hay. At least they're moving forward. We got tartmy thrashing made. We did make some, but the next time we do lease, or if one comes up for sale, we buy a feed mixer. Then I took one of the pallets out of the one of the bales, one of the silage. One of the silage bales out of our wrapped bales that we got stored in the barn. Because it's only dawned on me, the forage pickup, I'm sure previous iterations of that forage pickup, you could actually shred bales with it, and I tried, so I thought, well, that'd be cheaper if I can shred bales using that rather than getting a mixer wagon. But it didn't work. It was worth a try. So I've got one bale out. Please pick up, please. Yes, there we go. It'd make life a little bit easier, wouldn't it? It's weird. I don't understand why some are and some aren't. Anyway, it's a curiosity, no mistake. We'll leave the dam con empty until we get to the field. Oh, it's trapping under those. That's weird. It goes over some and under others. I'm still loving that detail. I mean, it's a minor thing, and it's one of those things you probably don't pay much attention to now. But the fact there are different pallet types, you've got the new ones and the ones that look a bit more weathered. The wood's gone grayer, you know. They've been out in the weather for a while. It's a tiny thing, but it does look very cool. Right, do that and that. Is 8,000 litres of poplars too much? Is it not enough? I guess we're going to find out. Right, I'll put this on the front. Oh, that was another thing I was going to say. That Gorenk cultivator I purchased. Oh, it's absolutely awful. I did look at that cultivating contract, and it left so much. All it took, and it was a tiny bounce in the tractor. I did get a rear weight, so I thought, you know, let's just balance the whole thing out. Maybe it's just because there's too much weight over the front. It is a front cultivator. I tried it on the back and it wouldn't work in that direction. You don't turn it on, it just cultivates. But weirdly, on the front without a weight, it felt like it was kind of digging in, that you were moving, swerving. So I put the GPS on, and at 9 miles an hour, which is the speed it's supposed to go, you get a little bit of bounce, even with the rear weight on, and it would miss bits. So I slowed down. Even slowing down, it still missed bits. So I don't know if it's just broken, if it's not working well with the ground deformation. The thing was, lowered down, it looked like it was in the ground, and bizarrely, on the front 3-point, at times it looked like it wasn't far enough into the ground. So I thought, well, maybe it does need to be on the back then. Put it on the back, it went further into the ground but didn't do anything because it's a front cultivator. So I don't know whether or not I need to just save up and get a proper cultivator, whatever that means, because that's supposed to be a proper cultivator. I don't know. See you at the field. Let's get some of this in. Let's say this was my plan 2 episodes back, how long ago it was. So this is going to be the interesting bit as well, because this is one of those like first time for everything. I went through a lot of 22, and there were certain things I don't think I even touched. I didn't go anywhere near. I mean, I haven't done rice fields yet. I mean, testing. I've done testing videos. But as far as Let's Play stuff goes, you know, and poplars is one of those things. I say you don't tend. That's a sweeping statement. I don't tend to do that often. I used to quite a lot, and I don't know whether or not. I assume the GPS will work for this, because that was always one of those things. It was put that on there. It was getting nice straight lines and that kind of stuff. So I guess what we can, well, let's try it. At the end of the day, we might as well try it. Let's turn that on. Looks like it. Oh yeah. So we should get nice straight lines. Now the thing with this always used to be, you could double line it. So if I'm using GPS now and get my straight lines, I'm pretty sure the gaps it left in between, if you wanted to go really poplar heavy and you wanted to get maximum out of your field, you could then plant in between. It wasn't realistic in that when you drove along, I could probably do with having row crops, narrow tyres on, whatever. But the gap left behind, if you then did the gap in between, your 2 tyres were driving over the poplars you'd already put in the ground. So there was always that kind of thing of, you know, really, you probably shouldn't. Right, put that down, get that on. Let's get ourselves, and that was always the thing as well. Look, It's not putting it on the line, it's putting it over to the side. It's weird. I'm not touching it, the gyps is doing it all, but we are poplaring. Now poplar, if I recall as well correctly, poplar you can put into like a grass field. It doesn't have to be cultivated and ploughed and all the rest of it. Because the field was here, I don't want weeds coming back up, so I thought, you know what, yeah, we are 100% ploughing it. That's not negotiable, and we get to fertilise it all and make sure it's all absolutely lovely. Maximum yield, maximum profits. What we'll do I'm not going to do across the tops. I'm going to do straight rows up and down. So I don't want them running at perpendicular. I would rather, so I think I'm just going to plant them. Just swing around. Come back to our next row. Yeah, we have a really big gap here, aren't we? So whilst it is giving us the option to, let's drop that down. Bleep. Yeah, look at our gap. We can stick another row in between those. Absolutely. Maximise our yield potential. But it is working. So I'm glad these things haven't changed, but we are going to get some pucker, dead straight rows. No problem. How are we doing if we are using next to nothing? I say that, I don't know. Are we going to use all 4 pallets? Probably not. Another reason why it probably doesn't hurt to come back. When I do the rows in between, I won't put you through what's now. Oh, yeah, look, we're bringing up stones while we're doing this. So I suppose because we're churning the ground up to put this in, rotivating. Now, can I? That's going to be the only problem. I think what I might have to do, it's not going to work, is it? I'm just thinking about when I get to those rows, is this going to stick out too far? I don't know, that might be right. I'm just looking at where the pallets are there. Have I got enough room? I think it's going to be alright. Well. Let's drop that into the ground there. There we go. Leap. Nice. I'll see you in a bit when we're about, about halfway. The problem I've got, I think, is it's not going to give me straight lines, is it? I just suddenly realised. When I'll turn, when I look across the right, I wasn't looking across the right, I was looking where we were now. In that, when we make our turn, yeah, once you've done the outsides, this shows all the lines, all the rows going, if you go back into the field, at angles that way. We can probably adjust it, can't we? Mind you, it still does headlands no matter what you... I don't think we can turn the headlands off. Let's have a time. I haven't really fiddled around with this. Working with the same number of headlands, I could take that off. Working direction. Automatic, 0. That hasn't changed. Oh yeah, that's changed it. If we put it back to 0, that gives us lines straight up and down the field. Okay, that'll work. We go to number of headlands, take those down. We'll say 2, but we don't need them. That'll just give us straight. Then we'll do that. So we've changed our work direction. Rather than automatic, I can get it all straight up and down. I haven't really fiddled around. I haven't done any side sets, anything like that. But I think that'll work better. Now if we come back to that. Oh no. Just realised I didn't do. Okay. Still hasn't changed. We did it! I don't know what I did. Something by accident. I think I turned off the machine because it was running, and I detached it. When I reattached it, it reset everything. So then I went back in, changed the settings, and then it redid my lines. We're good. And here's a bit of interesting news. I was only just talking about this literally a few minutes ago, and hopefully I'll get this video out in time. I got a message from Disturbed Simulation, who I've met a couple of times now at Lama. Lovely, lovely guy. And the message reads, guaranteed crop prices will get another update today to stop it overriding bits of liftable bales and pallets. So it is that that's doing it, apparently. Giants have been super helpful and sorted it in a few hours of me submitting it. So potentially, I mean, I assume it's from that today, unless, I mean, they're dealing with it today. Doesn't matter. If there's mods today, it looks like that will get an update because that has been identified as causing the problem with the liftable pallets and bales pack. So there we go. Information sharing. Thank you, Disturbed. You are a legend. And I'm glad this is working now. I'd rather we'll go straight up and down because I think I suppose it doesn't really matter with the poplars. You can go round the outsides first and then do whatever, but I just think for me personally, I would rather it was straight up and down the field. Harvesting might be a little bit tricky because of the amount of room I've left at the ends, but really, I don't mind at all. Right, I'm going to crack on. Oh, I've missed a bit. No. Come back and do it in a minute. I'm going to do the bits in between. I think I still have hardly used anything. So yep, I've done it again. Severely overestimated how much I need. There's a whole chunk of me trying to sort out the lines I've edited out. We'll never see the light of day. It's just gone midday. I used 2.5 of the pallets of poplars, which actually worked out not too bad. To be fair, I filled in the gaps, but if you come a bit further along the field, you probably saw, did I show a clip? I can't remember what I did now. When I was filling in the gaps between, I was getting narrow rows like that, because the gaps between each proper row were quite wide. So what I did on this half of the field, I then went back along and filled those in as well. So I was going along and it was kind of overlapping. So where you got these are 2s and they come out in 2s, it will, because it's already done one row, it would then just put one row down the middle. So what I could do, do you see all those separate rows? I've still got a pallet and a half left. I can come and fill those in. So I will have a complete field full, rather than individual strips of poplar. Like I say, just maximising the use of the field. The 2 pallets of long planks and the 2 pallets of wood beams I'm going to sell, because up at the playground manufacturer, I think I've got 4,000 litres of long planks in there. And it only takes 2018 to do each piece of playground equipment. So that's 2 more I can do with what's in there, or 1 and a bit, depends how much it uses. And the wood beams I'm selling anyway. But the planks, I am stocking up plenty in there because it needs 8 pallets, or just over 8 pallets of those. So the planks will go in, long planks. I'll just keep an eye on the long planks, and every now and again we get some more. I'll put some more in. So I'm going to take those up, sell those, drop those off. And then I was only talking, what? Well, for you a little while ago, for me it's been a little bit longer, about cutting all the grass around the farm and doing some stuff where we're going to do some hay. And then what happens? I get 2 mowing contracts come up. That one for over 8,400. That one for 1,940. So what I'm going to do is go out there. We're going to stick the mower on the front. We're going to put our windrower on the back. Oh no, it didn't let me do the windrow for contract work, did it? It did on ours. I'll mow them anyway. Going to go and mow both of those, and we're fine with Walter for collecting the grass. We can have that. I need to speak to David to make sure that's okay. I don't know if he just wants the grass cut back or whether he wants it for something. If he doesn't, we'll keep the grass. So what I could do with that, I can just put it in as grass and we can continually keep chugging away, producing our silage, which is absolutely fine. I can store it as grass anyway, so if I split that between my fermenter and my silo, and not that I have done it in a long time, but if you get an open bit of field or an open bit of ground, you can put the grass out on the floor, just drop it out the back of a trailer, then ted it and then pick it back up again if you wanted to. I mean, you wouldn't necessarily need to. Although, to be fair, if I want to produce hay, my fermenter does hay as well. So I could just sling it all in there and we could start getting some hay production underway as well. Which probably makes more sense, doesn't it, really? Yeah, we'll do that. So, at least my poplars are in. That's the main thing. I've got a pallet of cement bags at our cement works ready to collect and deliver. But I normally wait until I've got at least 1 of each pallet from there. The roof tiles as well and the concrete blocks, and then I'll take them all out. Best price for those usually is out at the Grain Elevator Museum. So that's the kind of the plan anyway. So yeah, we'll drop these off and then I'll go and grab the mowers. Like I said, I might go back and fill in those gaps. I'm not 100% certain at the moment. While we're up here, actually, we can have a look at the state of our building, as we would do. I got this wrong last time. Where was it? It's about here, isn't it? I think I was in the wrong location. Let's try it there. So we'll do that strap and that strap. There we go. What do we get? 20 grand. Come on. And these ones, we'll undo our straps just here. There we go. So that's in. And looking at this, we should get... I'm looking bottom right now. So yeah, planks over 6,000. Planks long. Is that 4.9, does that say? And then that's going to finish off doing the uprights. Then it will do the horizontals. And then when that's done, that'll be another 90 grand. And we've got enough resources in here at the moment, and I'll continue putting them in, that I won't have to worry then, and that can just carry on to the next one, and it will just carry on and on. So every so often we'll get 90 grand coming to the bank, which having those new sawmills is the process I am preferring, because it is quicker. And whilst yes, I could still have made a profit and did still make a profit when I was going and buying pallets from the warehouse, but producing them myself, it's all profit. So happy days. Right, let's go and get this mower and get out to the field. Get some mowing done. And keeping an eye on, saying that actually, it's been a little while. Let's keep an eye on. Whoa, mama. Ooh. Oh, we could get a Xerion 60% off. We're at 215. I could borrow a little bit to get that. We know we're going to be making more money from our biogassery. We know we're going to have more stuff coming in anyway. We know we're going to get 90 grand coming in, or do I buy it and sell it on and make a profit? That'd be a tidy profit on that. Do I need... Well, actually, what horsepower is that one that they're offering? 585 horsepower. Oh. Doesn't have a front 3-point link, though. The Xerion 12. I mean... Oh... And that we could do as well, but... Do I borrow the money? I was just going to say, haven't checked for a while. There's probably not going to be anything there. That's all of our money gone, though. And then do I sell one of our tractors? I mean, they're pretty useful, all of them, actually. What will that give us? 5 tractors now? But that will give us an absolute monster, which means we can look at larger cultivators and stuff for doing contract work. I do prefer stuff that has got front and rear 3 points. But the bigger stuff is designed for, you know, massive bits of equipment. Oh, I don't know what to do now. I haven't quite got enough at the moment. What time is it? Just past the hour. I don't know. I really, really want it. But do we sell the Deutz? Because I'm using this a lot. I mean, the JCB is getting used a lot. Do we sell the Deutz? I wonder what the Deutz is worth. Would that give us enough money to buy it outright? Let's say, do I just sell it on? Because I'm not going to get one 60% off, am I? I mean, that's 300 horsepower tractor money for 585. Do I talk to my financial advisor? There's that bale I was talking about that I took out to test. Let's have a look at our finances. I want to go like that. That vehicles, the Deutz-Fahr AgroStar. 48 is saying. If we take it back to the store, it'd be worth more than that. I love that tractor. That has done us so well. And it does have the front 3-point. But then, like I say, to be fair, I am using the JCB most of the time. 29.4 hours I've stuck on that. Okay. I think I might, you know. And then we'll go and I'll end by going off and we'll get on with some of the mowing. I could use the new tractor, couldn't I? I can't believe we're going to consider it. I say we. Can't believe I'm considering it. I just refilled it with fuel. That was a waste. I literally topped it up and I did some work on it. I did some repair. Should we jet wash it? Send it off to its new home with a... I mean, this got us through. This was a blinding bit of kit. But at that price, for that size... And there's nothing nefarious or dodgy. I mean, alright, we're getting it second hand. And I could probably make 20 grand if I sold it on. And I was thinking, you know, because of the equipment and stuff we've got at the moment, I was thinking to myself, if we get over sort of, you know, the next 90 grand we get from doing the playground equipment, if I get a tractor come up, I'll buy a tractor. We'll get a bigger tractor. And I say they don't get much bigger. They do get much bigger. I'm doing it. I'll see you at the store in a minute. Was not expecting this today. Was not expecting this. Whoa. Yep. Yep, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. What are we going to get? 53 grand. That's not bad, is it? Which will leave us a bit of money in the bank still. But it does also mean that, like I say, when that 90 grand hits, I mean, it's going to be a while. It might not be till tomorrow now, but I know it's coming. And we've still got the biogas plant running. We've still got our multi-grain production running. So, yeah, we'll be fine. This is the sort of thing we should have been aiming for. Mind you, I'd rather have it... We want a US spec, don't we? Because we're in the US. We don't want all the warning gubbins. Change a bit on the back of there. Leave it all as it is. Leave it on tracks. Don't want to mess around with anything else. Actually, that's the point. Do we have an option for... I think it's just weights, isn't it? There's no 3-point option. No. Have I got enough to buy that? I have. 29,500 litres. We're going to buy it and sell it straight on. I'm not going to... Oh, my days. Oh, my days. I did not start today thinking we'd end up with one of these. Oh, it's a beast. Walter's going to have a heart attack when we turn up with this. I'll go and grab the mowers. Do some mowing with this, shall we? I know the mower's supposed to be on the front, isn't it? But we can put it on the back. What is happening? Oh, it's such a good day, right. Am I going to regret doing that, though? What did I just buy it for? We made a little bit, didn't we? Yeah, let's just say yes. Right, let's go and grab the mowers. Less than half price. Less than half price. Ooh. I mean, it does need some repair, but at the moment, I mean, even if it loses some horsepowers because it needs some repair, it's still patrons, yours. Well, I'll say one thing. I spoke to Walter. He said this is not going to make us popular with the neighbours. Oh, I'm not even going to try and stop the train because for some reason, apparently, at the moment, it doesn't want to stop. Did I mention that? Come on, there we go. All the possibilities moving forward. Although, to be fair, the equipment you can use on these sorts of things now do cost a bit more money. We can get a bigger seeder. We can, yeah, but all sorts of stuff we can do now. Let's go. Why is right field now? So we're not getting a message to say let's go. Is our mower not touching the floor? Oh, please tell me this is going to work on here. Or is it just... Is the hitch too high at the back? Is that why? I'm going to need the JCB. Really? Why would that be a thing? Yeah. It's not going to, is it? Got to be kidding me. This is the right field. Well, that's a disappointing end. Yeah, we're at the right field. Right. cannot believe that. I wanted to use my new tractor. That seems a bit strange. I know it's front mounted, but it does work front and rear. It could just be the hitch is too high. Maybe? Yeah, it needs to be sat right down, doesn't it? Never mind. Well, anyway, on that disappointment, we have come to the end of another episode here on Riverbend Springs. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.